So a question I get asked a lot from friends is, how do I choose the right mover? Is there? Give me some tips, Chris. I'm Chris Carter. I am the owner of Peace of Mind Moving and Logistics. We're in South Florida, and we do mostly upper end homes, Boca, Palm Beach Island, things like that. Full pack, move, unpack. So we are involved in our customers fairly intimately. Now, the moving industry, it gets a bad rap, and rightfully so, because there are some individuals in moving companies that do the wrong. The stuff that you have heard happens. Other companies will hold your stuff for hostage. Other companies will tell you on an hourly rate that it's only going to take 3 hours, and then know it's going to take 12 hours, right? Anything to get your stuff on the truck. So, it's a good question to have in your head when you're looking around for movers is, how do I protect myself? And what do I look for in a moving company that are red flags? So for me, first is always think about, let's just say I'm going to talk to you like you're my friend and you live in another state, so it has nothing to do with you hiring me or my company. But I'm going to ask you first thing, I'm going to say, John or Jane, where did you first hear about the moving company? Like, how did you get the name of that company? If one of your friends had used them and had you get a direct referral from somebody who's used that company, like a good experience, that's the best, right? So number one is, where did you find them? And if you saw their name on the truck, or you got a postcard in the mail, or they reached out to you somehow, it's time for you to start doing your due diligence. And go on, read the reviews on Google. You can go on Facebook groups. I've actually seen Facebook groups that are, what are they called? The franchises. Pick one, and then there's a Facebook group of, we hate that franchise moving company, right? So just, and find if it's in a local, Google reviews are great, Facebook reviews are great. People are going to write what they write. If they have only all 5 stars, right, that's kind of a, you're looking at reviews, kind of look at the reviews, be smart, that's one thing. The second thing to watch out for really is, when you make that first phone call, when you make that conversation and have somebody, are they starting to ask questions? Really, for me, the moving companies that are in my area, and have been around a long time, and do the nicer or higher end homes and have a better customer experience, they're more into knowing what's going on. Like we do not leave any gray area, right? If your moving company says, oh, you have a 4-bedroom house, well, just send us some pictures. We'll do a virtual. That's a red flag. See, I want my moving company to come on site. If it's a local moving company, they should come on site. Now, we go on site for everything. If you have a 1-bedroom and it's it's light, send me some pictures. Not a big deal, because you don't have enough stuff that can mess the day up, But anything that's 2 bedrooms or more, myself, one of our estimators, are going to you on site to see the property, to see your home, to see how you live, and then ask you a bunch of questions. I want to know your wants, your needs, and then the logistics of the moving process, which includes looking at the property. So if they only say, no, send me an inventory, and they have a very small questionnaire, and then they just want you to sign on the dotted line, red flag. Because leaving too many unanswered questions and too much being a little vague allows the moving company to have space to go, oh, no, your stuff's on the truck. You said it was only going to take this, and you said you only had this much, but we have this much. You didn't tell me you had the stairs. You didn't tell me there was a long walk, right? So you want to pay attention to that. Another tip for finding a good moving company is, when the estimator comes onto your home, are they asking questions? Same thing. Are they doing hourly? Are they doing flat rate? And if you ask them questions, do they answer it, or do they bounce around, right? So if you ask me, hey, Chris, what happens with the glass top? I'm very clear. We're very clear. Our processes are very clear. If it's big, it needs a crate. If you don't want to pay for the crate, then you're taking the risk and the responsibility if it breaks. We can wrap it a certain way. We can have assurance if you want, but there's certain things you have to do. If you don't want the extra investment for those things and it breaks, it breaks. Some movie companies, they just don't say anything. That's on having when they come to your on-site, when they do the estimate, are they asking questions? That's how they get a good mover. Some of the little things that I notice of other moving companies that I've seen them, I actually stop and when they're doing a move, and I'll say, how do they set the house up? Are they, there's little things that make it go good or bad. Some moving companies never clean their pads. They never change their pads. You see the guys, they just throw the pads on the ground. They don't put runners down on your floor. There's a lot of little things that if you see, like if you have a nice home and you're going to hire a moving company, well, ask them, well, do you have any moves in the neighborhood that we can go by and see your crew at work? Because if I have a nice home and I want to see protectors like cardboard we put on your door jambs, so they don't get scratched and scuffed up. We have, if you have wood stairs, we have things that we put down to protect that if you want. So many options, and we'll go through them so you can pick and choose what you want based on your wants and needs and budget. Reviews are the big one, where you found them, and just keep an eye on how the feel that you get from the process. Is it icky or is it clear? And what I mean by icky is, do you feel that they are purposely leaving things out? Okay? Here's a big scam. I know of a company, they will do hourly rates. They only do hourly rates. And personally, we do flat rate and hourly rate. I'll do a flat rate when it's a full move. There's not a lot of variables. The more variables there are, and if it's not a full day, if it's a full day, we'll do hourly. But I know a company that does only hourly, and they'll ask for an inventory, right? So you send them a list of 30 things and you think you're going to have 40 boxes. When they get to the house and there's 40 things, and there's 10 things you didn't tell them, they're now charging you more for each thing. And then they're going to charge you to put the boxes to put the TV in, and then they're going to charge you for this, and then they're going to charge you for that. All the while, all of these things also take more time. So they're double dipping, right? And if you say you have 40 boxes and you end up with 60 boxes, they're going to charge you more for the boxes too, and they're double dipping. So just watch out, look at the contracts, read the fine print, and ask a lot of questions. And if they're not willing to answer, those are your red flags. Follow us for more moving tips of the day so you can have peace of mind.